University of Technology. I'm the International Recruitment Manager for Pathways and Vocational Education. So it's very glad to be connected with all of you online. I believe all of you are working from home. So I understand must be very busy for those with kids and they have to work at the same time. It's not easy, but we're all together to go through the difficult situation at the moment. All right, before I start to go into Swinburne pathway programs, just for information that Swinburne and Up Education, we got married last year. No, actually we did our wedding reception last year, and we officially got registered with the TAXA in February this year. So it's a official partnership between Swinburne University and Up Education for our pathway programs. So on the ground, you can see both Swinburne recruitment team and also Up Education recruitment team work together to promote Swinburne pathway programs, which is good for agents. You're receiving more support from us. And these are the programs we work together for promotion: IETLS, foundation programs, UNILINK diplomas, and postgraduate qualifying program, which is a pre-master program. So these are the programs we work together with Up Education for international recruitment and also domestic and international delivery in Melbourne, Hawthorn. Some of our agents always ask, we'd like to promote Swinburne, but how can we position Swinburne? What are the selling points? Why students take Swinburne as their studying destination? I believe there are lots of selling points we can talk about, and I'll cover some key selling points today. First of all, I think the main reason for majority of the international students to study overseas or study in an Australian university is to get a dream job or get employed in their relevant fields when they graduate. So at Swinburne University, we actually perform extremely well for our graduates' career and employability. Many of the students and agents, they focus on academic rankings, but few of the agents may forget that employability ranking is also another key selling point to convince students to choose universities, for example, Swinburne. This table tells that Swinburne actually is the top university in Australia, in Melbourne, in the employability field. For example, for the accounting undergrad graduates, we're #1 in Melbourne for the full-time employment, so to 80%. And regarding the graduate medium salary, we're proud to tell all agents that we are #1 in Melbourne for the medium salary our graduates can. The medium salary is about $60,000 a year for our Swinburne fresh graduates. And in business, in design, education, engineering, our graduates all perform extremely well in their relevant field for the employability. So positioning Swinburne as top employability university may attract more students to choose Swinburne. Why our graduates perform so well in their careers? I believe there are a number of reasons. First of all, internship. Every university claims they have industry collaborations and internship, but for Swinburne, we do have a stronger relationship with all the industry partners and employers by offering various internship opportunities to both domestic and international students. So there are two types of internship we're offering. The first one is the normal one. I think majority of the university offers, so that is the internship as a unit in their programs. So for Swinburne students who performed 60% in their first and second year studies, they are able to pick a unit, an elective unit for internship. For those students who select internship, we guarantee them a placement. So the internship our students going to do is a 3-month project-based internship in the relevant study field. For example, for the reason recently we talked to some international students who are doing internship in Siemens, in Renault, in Bank of China, in Bosch, or in the relevant study field departments. So it's not like a photocopy or coffee making internship. That's a real project based with a mentor guidance internship for 3 months. With the real working experience for a few months, we believe that makes our graduates stand out in the job market. This is the first type of internship. The second type of internship we're offering is it's an embedded 1-year paid internship in our professional degrees. So if the students are onshore VC students or Australian Year 12 students, we're offering professional degrees to international students. That is 1-year additional paid internship. For those ATA above 80 or 85, we guarantee them a professional degree. So normally a standard, say, Bachelor of Business degree is 3 years in Australia, but for the professional degree we are offering for the Bachelor of Business Professional from Swinburne is 4 years. 3-year standard degree plus 1-year paid internship. The paid internship is about 40 grand a year as their salary. But that's at the moment it's we open direct entry for VC students. But what about the other international students completed, say year 12 in Vietnam or year 12 in India or in China? We still open doors for them. So for example, we provide opportunities to those internship for those students who completed year 12 in overseas. What can they enter the professional degrees? How can they enter the professional degrees? They need to perform extremely well in their standard first year study, either UNILINK diploma or our first year bachelor degree. Say if their average performance is above 80%, we will guide those students to go through a few interviews from our employer partners. And for those who can get an offer through the interviews, then we can move them to the professional degree in the beginning of the 2nd year studies. So for those who are interested in professional degrees, they can apply in the 2nd year, in the beginning of the 2nd year studies, and they need to perform more than 80% as a GPA in first year, either UNILINK diploma or first year bachelor, and then go through a few interviews. If they can pass the interview, they can move to the professional degree. According to the stats I have observed, I believe close to 100% employability for the professional degree graduates. So I believe internship is the key to make our students stand out in the job market. That's why on my few first slides, our graduates' employability rate is very high. Another reason why our graduates perform very well is the industry collaborations. Many university claims that they have industry collaborations, but what we do is very different from the others. We co-teach and co-design some of our units or subjects with our industry partners. For example, for Facebook, we co-design the subject of global digital marketing with Facebook by inviting their senior executives to develop the marketing subject content. And we also invite the senior executives to teach some of our classes for the global digital marketing unit. That's why our graduates, for the students who graduate from those by completing those subjects, they graduate with the skills and the knowledge that is short in the job market, or that is in high demand in the job market. Facebook, Coca-Cola, GS1, TapBlue, these are the employer partners we work with to co-teach and co-design. All right, we mentioned internship employability is one of some of our selling points. I think return on investment, ROI, is another selling point for Swinburne. I believe in some markets, students look at parents and students look at ROI. So how do we calculate ROI? How do we measure? We can look at the tuition fees. Look at these main players, the University in Melbourne. I think Swinburne's tuition fee, we take business, Bachelor of Business, for example. Our tuition fee is about $30,000 a year, while you can see Melbourne Uni, Monash, they're all above 40, and the Deakin MIT is close to 40, and the lowest is VU. But look at the graduates' median salary, for example, for the business graduates. You can see Swinburne, our graduates perform #1 in Australia. That is above 60 grand a year as an investment return. So with the reasonable tuition fee and the highest median salary as an outcome, yeah, obviously Swinburne is the best option for the return on investment option. Look at Melbourne Uni and Monash, you can see they charge higher fees and their graduates perform okay. So we call this group universities high investment, high return. But Swinburne, we can say it's low investment, high return. Location. All right, I think location is another our selling point. I believe all of you are aware that we are located in Melbourne, which is the most livable city in the world. And for Swinburne, we're located in Hawthorn, where it's about 10 minutes away from Melbourne City by metro or by train. It's very convenient, and we are the only university in Melbourne who owns a train station. So we are located at Glenferrie train station. For the students who get off the train station at Glenferrie, they're in Swinburne University. They do not need to transfer shuttle bus. They do not to transfer any public transportation to go to the campus. Get off the Glenferrie, they're in Swinburne campus. And around the campus, we have more than 45 restaurants with all kinds of different international cuisines. So for students studying Swinburne, they won't go hungry. It's easy to find a Chinese restaurant, Malaysian, Indonesian, Indian, Vietnamese, Western style restaurants, fish and chips, all available in Hawthorn, Swinburne campus. Although we have 3 campuses in Melbourne, but we managed to put all international students programs in Hawthorn main campus. So our students do not need to travel to different campuses to study different subjects. All international students are studying in Hawthorn campus together with our domestic students. All right, rankings. Do you know our rankings for Swinburne? Yes, many agents thought we are around 500, but actually we are much better than 500. We are around 300, but that's the QS ranking. But look at the DIPLOMA rankings. We perform much better than our overall ranking. So how do we position Swinburne rankings? Normally, if you tell students 380, that's Swinburne's ranking, they have no idea what does that mean. If you can compare those universities with the Swinburne, then they know our Swinburne is, for example, for the students from China, you can say it's from Beijing University of Technology, same ranking as Swinburne. For the students from Korea, you can see GIST is the same ranking with Swinburne, or Macau University, or for those who are from Singapore, you can say our ranking is much better than SMU, which is only 470. But look at our DIPLOMA rankings. Say, take design example, we're top ranking design school in the world. We ranked number 42. What does that mean? Number 42 means we are higher than UNSW, we are higher than Monash, and we are better than Cornell from the States, and we are much better than the Peking University from China. Look at the engineering ranking. Take civil engineering example. We ranked number 76 in the world. 76 means we're same ranking with the MIT. We're at the same ranking with Cornell, Melbourne Uni, and I can't see the slides, and UQ. Oops. For the marketing major, we're the same ranking. We're top 150. We are the YCSB accredited business school in the world, which is top 1% business school in the world. We have the same ranking with the UWA, the University of Bath, Chinese University of Hong Kong, and NJ University. So if we can compare our ranking with these universities, I believe students may have a better understanding for our rankings. Actually, Swinburne is a good ranking university. And the student experience, I think in the past we are very humble. We didn't tell. We actually have a quite large number of excellent graduates and alumni. So we noticed that's why we published Swinburne 50 this year for our excellent alumni. Just took some of the alumni examples. So we can tell our alumni all perform extremely well in their field after graduate from Swinburne, ranging from business, accounting, IT, engineering, and in various countries. All right, just now I talked about the general selling points for Swinburne. Now I'd like to go into the pathway program details. So for the pathway programs, I believe you probably know that it's a transitional, I call it soft landing programs for international students. So for those students who never been to overseas, or I think pathway programs, the right programs for those students for the transitional period, as pathway programs will have stronger teaching support in a smaller class size. In Swinburne, pathway program is about 10 to 15 students a class. And our teachers are required to know each individual student's name, their understanding of the content. And if we identify any students who are slower, we give free tuition class and also those catch-up class to let them catch up the pace. And we have a great progression rate for our pathway students, generally above 90% for the progression rate for pathway students progressing to the next level, say second year of the bachelor studies. And in some study areas, we have above 95% progression. And culturally diverse, we have very healthy diversity for the international students mixture. We do not like some other universities that are dominated by one country. We say, for example, in our UNILINK diploma studies, we're very proud to say, well, probably the only university in Melbourne that we have more than 50% domestic students studying UNILINK diploma programs together with international students. So the learning environment is very different. Making local friends and probably is another way to improve, enhance our students' employability. Yeah, as you probably know, in Australia, we also talk about relationships. By knowing more local friends, domestic friends, you're getting a higher chance to be referred to some jobs when you graduate. And with the healthy mixture of international different culture diversity, we are having a better English speaking environment as well. I noticed some students after graduate from some university in Melbourne, their IELTS score reduced from 6.5 to 6, which may tell that the learning environment, the English speaking environment is not the ideal. But in Swinburne, that's not the case. Yes, students have to speak English in the campus. And I think by taking Swinburne's pathway program, it's a cost-effective option. for those students who are price sensitive, or for those who are looking for cost-effective options, I believe pathways, for example, UNILINK diploma is one of the best options for those students, as our UNILINK diploma charges say $5,000 to $7,000 less than the first year bachelor degree tuition fees. So taking pathway program may help them to save some money in the first year. And our pathway programs is a fast alternative to year one bachelor studies, because we are the only university in Melbourne only offers 8 months UNILINK diploma program, which is 4 months shorter than the first year bachelor degree. We're confident that our students can progress to the second year bachelor by going through the 8-month UNILINK diploma, and the progression rate is proven that it's above 90%. And we also have a very attractive international student scholarship. I'll give you the more details shortly. So let's go through our foundation programs. So we have 4 streams in the foundation program, ranging from business design to science and engineering and arts. So covering all popular learning areas. You probably know foundation program is designed to help year 11 graduates. So for those who completed year 11 and do not want to do year 12, either in Australia or in their home countries, foundation program is the program to help students get ready before the university studies. We have 3 intakes a year from Feb, June, and October, and we have 3 duration for the foundation programs, 4 months, 8 months, and 12 months, targeting different background students. This is the comparison table to tell our competitiveness of our foundation program in Melbourne. So these are the key players in Melbourne. Looking at the cost, I think we are one of the best cost-effective option, and we're located in Hawthorn. I forgot to mention that Hawthorn is the lowest crime rate location in Melbourne comparing to the other universities' locations. And it's very convenient. It's about 10 minutes to the city. And I don't think the other university campus is that convenient. And we're the only university offering 3 different options for the duration for our foundation programs, while the others are offering 8 or 1 year durations. So these are the foundation program. Look at the UNILINK diplomas. UNILINK diploma is our higher education diploma that is year 1 bachelor degree equivalent, but the entry requirement is slightly lower than the first year bachelor degree. And we have 7 majors in our UNILINK diplomas, covering all popular areas. And by taking the UNILINK diplomas, we'll enable our students progress to the majority of the popular bachelor degree second year programs. And it's a cost-effective option. So as I mentioned earlier, it's about $4,000 to $7,000 less than the degree first year tuition fee. So it's a cost effective option, and it's faster option for a student to complete a 3-year standard degree in 2 years and 8 months time. High progression as well, as I mentioned. Some parents may ask, they may worry or concern whether their kids can cope for the first year studies. Can they progress? By taking, I think the UNILINK pathway program may help you to convert those students, parents that concerned about the progression. Same as our foundation program, we have 3 intakes a year, February, June, and October. And we are the only university in Melbourne only offers 8-month duration UNILINK diploma. So for those year 12 completion students, they can apply for our UNILINK diploma pathways package with their bachelor degrees. And for the English entry requirement, I think we are the only university in Melbourne requires IELTS 5.5, the no band lower than 5 for all majors. Let's have a look at the comparison table. Before going to the table, I need to mention that by doing UNILINK diploma program, the international students are also given the opportunity for the transfer to the professional degree. That is additional year paid internship program, as I mentioned in the beginning of the presentation. All right, for the UNILINK diploma, I think comparing to the cost, by taking business or commerce as an example, we are the best option for the cost effective among all these university players on the table. And as I mentioned, we are the only university requires IELTS 5.5 and no band lower than 5 for all majors. I noticed some university they require 6. They start to require 6 for some majors, but Swinburne we require 5.5 for all majors. Duration 8 months. Yeah, some university they have 8 months or 12 months options, but the progression, 8 months progression is not so ideal. That's why they have 12 months option. But for Swinburne students, 90 to 95% progression for the 8 months diploma is, I think, the ideal option for those who want to complete a degree as early as they can. Location, I want to repeat again, safest location, lowest crime rate location, and a very convenient location in Melbourne. So this graph tells how students can progress from one level to the other. So for the foundation students, they have 2 options. They can either progress from foundation to UNILINK, then to the second year of bachelor degree if they pass all the units in the foundation studies. And for those who want package with foundation with the bachelor year 1, they can also do so with the condition that they need to achieve a certain percentage of the GPA in their foundation studies. And progressing from UNILINK to second year bachelor degree, we require just pass for all units. All right, IELTS English program. I understand not all the regions require IELTS program, but just give you some ideas what are the new offers we have at the moment. So these are the English entry requirements for IELTS for different programs. So generally speaking, 5.5 for foundation and the UNILINK diploma, 6.6 for undergrad, and 6.5 for postgrad, and 6 for the pre-master programs. We have 9 intakes a year. Our rack rate, our standard rate is 440 a week. But at the moment, I think we're in the process to finalize 10 weeks free. So for the students who are required to do IELTS, for example, 15 weeks, they can get 10 weeks free. So this offer will be finalized this week. We'll announce that offer later this week. So you are the first group of the agents and partners know this new offer. So 10 weeks free for all regions. And I noticed the IELTS, TOEFL, and many English tests are suspended at the moment. So how can students get an English result to meet university's entry requirement? For Swinburne, we have English placement test. So in the past, we require students to sit for the placement test in our agent office. However, we decided to allow students to sit for the free placement test at home, given many agents are working from home at the moment, and students can do so at home by using relevant version test link and password, and we require our agents to supervise our students' exam through video call, Zoom, or WeChat, or any video call platforms. So by sitting for our placement test, they'll get a result whether they can meet our English entry requirement or how many weeks of IELTS program they need to do. For example, the outcome is 10 weeks, then they can do 10 weeks free, online, offshore in their home country before the travel ban is lifted. So I understand at the moment international students can't enter Australia at the moment, but offering IELTS program offshore through online learning may be the solution to help students get ready for the main course and do not have a large study gap. Yeah, so later this week we'll make an announcement for the 10 weeks free IELTS new offer to our agent channels. And we're very transparent in assessment for those who have IELTS or PT or TOEFL results. So this table is a reference or guide for our agents to manage students' expectation and also their study plan. So for example, if a student's IELTS is overall 5, but one band below 5, it states clearly that the students need to do 10 weeks IELTS if he's entering into the UNILINK diploma studies. So that helps our agents to manage their study plan and also their expectations as well. Nationality mixture. I believe the travel ban will be lifted probably later this year. Then we can deliver face-to-face English learning and teaching. So for our current IELTS students, it's a very good mixture of different nationalities. Surprisingly, you can see we only have 12% Chinese students, unlike some universities dominated by Chinese students, like 80%. We have a large group of Korean and Japanese students as well, some from Vietnam and Cambodia, some from Indonesia, European countries, and Latin American countries. So it's a very international class. So about 15 students a class from different countries. It's really a good learning experience and environment for our students studying IELTS in Swinburne. All right, PQP, I think that's the program predominantly for some markets like China, Vietnam, Cambodia, and onshore. So PQP is the program to help those associate degree holders, Australian associate degree equivalent holders, to get into the master degree. For example, for the Chinese students, they who graduate from a 3-year advanced diploma. So they can do a PQP for 6 months and then package with a master degree, a 1.5 or 2-year master degree in Swinburne University. Our progression rate for the first few batch is close to 100%, and we receive a very positive feedback from the students that regarding the teaching quality and also the learning experience. So these are the available master degrees that can be packaged with our pre-master PQP program. Predominantly all the business-related master degrees available, and on top of that, Master of IT and the Master of Media and Communications are also available to be packaged with PQP. So for Chinese students who hold a 3-year advanced diploma, or for those students from, for example, Vietnam, a unrecognized bachelor degree holder, or students from Cambodia, for example, unrecognized bachelor degree holders, they can all get into the PQP before our master's degree. We have a PQP entry requirement for various countries. So if you have any specific questions, we can discuss and look at those programs or countries individually offline. All right. We just talked about our selling points, foundation programs, as well as our UNILINK diploma programs. Then I'd like to go in to introduce some popular programs from Swinburne. First of all, I think design is one of the top design schools in the world. Swinburne Design is an easy sell program. So in our design program, 5 design majors: branded environments, UX design, communication design for the media, motion design. These are 3-year full-time Bachelor of Design programs. And we also have design honors degree in interior architecture, industrial design, and communication design. And these are 4-year honors full-time design degree. So for students who completed UNILINK design, they can progress to the 2nd year of these design bachelor degrees. Why design? We noticed that last year, our industrial design and interior architecture design graduates achieved above 90% employability rate within 4 months or 6 months time, which is #1 in Melbourne, highest employability for the design graduates. And our design students' starting salary is much higher than the Australian standard. And we noticed that there's increasing demand in the job market, not only in Australia, but also globally for the design graduates. They're ranging from architecture, interior architecture talents, communication design talents, industrial design talents. So these are the data we got from the graduates report. You know, design school, one of the other popular programs is media communication. So Bachelor of Media Communication also provides one of the highest employability in Australia. And we noticed that the starting pay in these areas like advertising, public relations, media and journalism are the top starting salaries among the other jobs in Australia. So some students do not know if I study media comm, what kind of jobs can I do? So we notice our graduates go to the advertising firms, go to the marketing department in the large corporates. Some students go to the public relation consulting companies. There are a number of large consulting companies specialized in public relations and the media and journalism department in some large corporates or some media firms as well. So these are the jobs that media and comm graduates can apply for. So this is from a graduate destination survey. We noticed Swinburne graduates in media comm achieved the highest median salary. Sorry. All right, how can students go into those degrees through pathways? Yeah, we have foundation and the UNILINK diploma programs available. For students who complete year 11, they can do 8 months foundation program before the 8 months UNILINK, then progress to the 2nd year of the design degrees. Same for the media comm. In business, for the business program in Swinburne, we are ICSB accredited. I think that's the top one university in the world for the ACSB accreditation university. So we provide a large flexibility for the students who are taking Swinburne business programs. So provided the flexibility for taking various core majors, minors, and different elective units in the business program for our students. Some popular or hot programs like accounting and finance, entrepreneurship and innovation, logistics, supply chain, and marketing. And these four majors are the top business hot programs in Swinburne. And why those programs are popular? For example, marketing, as I mentioned, it's a co-designed and a co-teach program with Facebook. And same as logistics and supply chain management, we work with the GS1 and the TechBlue. Entrepreneurship and innovation, accounting and finance, we work with the professional body like CPA Australia. That's why these are the most popular programs in Swinburne. So how can students progress from foundation? Can they progress from foundation or diploma to these bachelor degrees? Yes. We have a foundation in business or UNILINK diploma in business as pathways leading to the second year of bachelor of business in any major. All right, I think that's all from me for the program information pathways and also some of the selling points for Swinburne University. So as I mentioned, just recap, employability right, internship, location, cost-effective options, and great student experience and excellent alumni. The key selling points you may position Swinburne to potential students and parents. All right, that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. So I think some of the counselors put their questions in the chat box.
Oh,
so, yeah, we might have a look.
How can I see those questions?
So I can see the first one is about how about students completed year 12 in Indonesia? So that's from a counselor there. Are you looking for the entry requirement to get the student into foundation or diploma or degree if they complete the year 12 in Indonesia? I'm not quite sure, yeah.
Yeah, I think he means, for Indonesia students completing year 12, can they apply for UNILINK or foundation, and what is the entry requirement for Indonesia students?
All right, Indonesian students year 12 completion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a second. The answer is definitely yes. For the SMA 3 students, for example, year 12 in Indonesia, if they achieved 75% overall, then they can enter they can meet our academic entry requirement for the UNILINK diploma. And the English entry requirement is IELTS 5.5, the Northern Lothian 5. And for those students who are applying for engineering or design programs, we require some prerequisite subjects like math in year 12 for SMA 3, or design related subject in their year 12 studies for design programs.
Yeah.
So yes, we require overall 75% for SMA 3 Indonesian qualification.
Thanks, Bruce. I think another question here we have is, what is the academic requirement for design course?
That depends on the country. For generally speaking, our students need to complete year 12 and with design or arts related prerequisite subjects in the year 12. I understand in many Asian countries, students do not study design prerequisite subjects. So in that event, students can either submit a folio for assessment, or they can take a 4-month foundation program before the UNILINK diploma. So for the 4-month package, we waive the folio requirement.
Cool. So, and we got someone asking us to email the materials, the details. So no worries, I'm gonna to send all the relevant brochures and flyers, entry requirements to Mike after this meeting. So Mike can share all details to you guys.
Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah.
Right.
So another question is whether students can graduate from foundations and directly to bachelor, or need to go through diploma.
We can issue we can make offers for a foundation package with a bachelor degree. So students can progress from foundation program to any of our bachelor degrees, except I think Bachelor of Law, Bachelor of Nursing, only a few programs that we can't package with the foundation. But generally speaking, students can progress from foundation to majority of the popular bachelor degree programs by meeting the condition of 65% minimum in their foundation studies. I mean, the GPA is 65%. Some programs may require higher GPA in foundation, for example, film and television or architecture degree. So on the offer, we'll state the details. So generally speaking, 65%, but for some courses, we require higher GPA in foundation.